Welcome everybody to the After Midnight stream. We got a lot to talk about tonight. 10 reasons why the Knicks will beat the Pistons. Are you guys still tripping over the regular season? Are you guys concerned because they beat us 3-1? Cade Cunningham, he torched us. Will it continue in the playoffs? Well, I'm here to let you guys know early, that the Knicks are going to beat the Pistons so bad, they're going to wish that they didn't make the playoffs. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight on This Week Inside. Well, I should say the After Midnight stream. Let's get to it. New York City, salute to everybody that's in the building. I am Karan Pierre, the objective fan, straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest. And you know the vibes, y'all. Tell a friend, we live. I know this is the After Midnight stream. Definitely, as you come in, hit that like button. And I look forward to giving you guys an exciting show. So whether or not you're watching the show as a replay or live, it's gonna be worth it. I'm going in on the Detroit Pistons. I've been bombarded by Pistons fans as of late coming for my head. They upset because I've been very, very confident, and I've been, putting out clips, little clips, jabbing at them for some of the things that they've been doing and why I'm so confident that the Knicks will get the win. And that's gonna make this show so much worthwhile to me because I just like going in. And salute to everybody. If you guys remember watching me since the Level-Headed Knicks Talk days, I used to do shows like this. So this is going to be a show reminiscent to that. But before I get started, I definitely want to let you guys know in the chat and in the description, if you're watching the replay, I have a link. We're going to be watching the game together for the first game of the postseason. Let me see if I got that right. Okay, cool. So yeah, so basically this is not the flyer. Hold on. I don't got the flyer. That's fine. So look, I'm just going to explain it. So we're going to be watching the game together, the game one this Saturday at Q Bar, and that's going to be in Bayside, Queens. The Bayside, Queens, definitely nice over there. The spot is nice, pool tables, that, and the third. All you have to do is let me know that you're coming. So there's two options. You could text the call up show number, which is the 646. Can't remember my own number, the 646-995-8389, or you can fill out the link, the RSVP link that's in the description of this video or in the chat, and let me know you guys are coming, trying to get an exact head count so we can lock in as many spots as we can. And by the way, speaking of the party, I was going to wear this. Just came in the mail today. This is the Captain 11 joint, the black one. You know what I mean? This just came in the mail. I was going to wear this to the watch party, but it's going to be 80 degrees. So I don't know if I'm going to have to come up with another option because I ain't trying to burn up. And yeah, we definitely moving into May, which is t-shirt season. So, and also, as you can see on the right of the screen, I do have the new merch up there. I'll talk more about that a little bit later, but I'm not going to let you guys wait any longer, man. I definitely want to talk about, make sure I didn't lose my soundboard. I definitely want to talk about the Detroit Pistons matchup. Yeah, we good. Still got the soundboard. Oh, by the way, salute to J-Tap. I know you're going to be in the building. And salute to everybody. I know J-Tap's on the West Coast. So to all my West Coast people, I know you guys are up. For my East Coast people, they are probably out of commission. It's okay. It's all right. That's what the replay is for. And also, I'm going to try not to make this video too longer. So you guys let me know in the chat how you feeling, how you rocking with me. I'm going to get started. I'm not going to let you guys wait any longer. So I'm going to jump into my first reason. Now, my first reason is the Pistons are, and of course, I'm talking about my 10 reasons why the Knicks are going to not just beat the Pistons, but demolish the Pistons, okay? Not just, defeat them in a tough 4 game. No, I think we're going to wipe the floor with the Pistons. So the first reason is, and everybody knows this, but I don't think that they got it right. And I'm gonna explain that in a second. And you know what I'm gonna do? Let me go into research mode so you guys can have something visually to look at while I do it, while I talk. Let me make this like this. Hold on. Get this out the way so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go to the Detroit Pistons page, right? So you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, the Detroit Pistons are very aggressive on the defensive end, right? Very aggressive, and they get a lot of fouls. So a lot of people think that by the Detroit Pistons, I spelled Detroit wrong, by the Detroit Pistons fouling as much as they do, that you can use that to an advantage against the Pistons. I'm going to tell you that that is not correct. Okay, that is not correct, because when the Pistons are aggressive and getting fouls, their record is 25-15. So anytime the Pistons get over their 25, because they average about 20 fouls a game. So once they get over that mark, the Pistons are still pretty successful at a 2015 clip. So the issue with the Pistons are not them getting the fouls, right? The issue with the Pistons is who is getting the fouls, right? Who is getting the fouls? Because when you look at who's getting the fouls, Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren are their 2 best players. So when those 2 guys are getting into foul trouble, right, the Pistons become a sub 500 team, right? And I'm trying to get the exact numbers here. I do got it. I don't know. Guys, I got so much. I got stats everywhere. So I'm trying to find exactly where that quote is. I'm going to have to double back on that. But I know that they got a losing record when Duran and when Cade Cunningham has 4 fouls or more. So that's the goal. The goal is to bait the Pistons in getting Cade Cunningham and Duran in the foul trouble. And you know what? I do got their pages here. So this is Duran. So we actually could pull it up together. This is why it's good to always be in research mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So we're going to sort this by fouls, right? Okay, cool. So these are fouls. The yellow column you see here is all fouls. So if you sort it by when Jalen Duren gets 4 fouls or more, right? And we'll mark this place. No, not this one. Okay, so we'll mark this place right here. And you count the losses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14. Hold on. Let me double. I think I made a mistake. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So the Detroit Pistons are 18-16 when Duran gets in foul trouble. And it gets worse when you look at Cade Cunningham. Okay, so when Cade Cunningham gets in the foul trouble, right, just so I can make sure I'm accurate, we'll mark our spot here. Okay, cool. So, and then we just count the losses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So when Cade Cunningham gets 4 fouls or more, right, the Pistons are 10-14. So that is the number one key. You got to use Cade Cunningham's aggressiveness to their disadvantage. And then if you want to sort it here, this is why I love Basketball Reference. You can see exactly how many fouls he had against the Knicks. So let me back up. So when Cade Cunningham went against the Knicks, right? Just want to make sure I'm looking at the right column. Okay, yes. So when Cade Cunningham went up against the Knicks, we managed to get him in foul trouble most of the times. Okay? Most of the time. Now, the first game that we blew them out, he only had 1 foul. But every other game, he's been aggressive. So what that tells me is in the playoffs, Cade Cunningham is going to be aggressive, and they are not successful when he gets in the foul trouble. So it's not about the Pistons, because the Pistons thrive when they actually get fouls. They actually have a really good record when they're fouling like crazy, which is more than their average. They average about 20.7. So our goal, and why I think the Knicks will beat the Pistons, because Cade Cunningham already showed that he has multiple games where he has 4 or more fouls. Let me see who's in the chat. Salute to you, Anna Grill. I see you. You already got haters. Why not add more? Yes, Yuri, I'm riding with you. And salute to you, Vinny. Let's go Knicks. I'm going in tonight. Listen, y'all, this is a video that you guys might want to bookmark, save, send to a friend. I just talked about what the first point is. You got to use the Pistons' aggressiveness against them, because if you don't, right, they're gonna take advantage of. And like I said, Cade and Durant, really those two, because Durant, he's extra aggressive when setting screens. Sometimes he gets some offensive fouls. On the defensive end, he's a head fake monster. If you head fake Jalen Durant, he's in the air every time. Okay, so that's the first one. That's the first thing reason why I think the Knicks will win. You already see the aggressiveness from Cade. And then if I pull up, hold on. If I pull up Durant too, we could look at Durant too. Why not? So we'll just sort it like this so we can see all the Knicks games, right? So, okay, so he had 4 fouls. But look at this. 4 fouls, 6 fouls, okay? And then he had 2 fouls, 1 foul. And the 1 foul game was the game that they got smacked, right? But nonetheless, you can see that he's also aggressive, ultra aggressive, and he even fouled out 1 game. So that's already, brewing in the Knicks' favor. I think that this is what we need to do in order to get the win. And I think we're not even just what we need to do, I think is what we're going to do, okay? My second point is this, right? So that's my first reason, right? Cade and Durant, they're going to be too aggressive. My second reason is we're healthy for the first time. Big time salute for Leon Rose. All right. Making sure we got the right guy in Casey Smith, who headed our athletic department in terms of injuries, right? He's making sure these guys are ready to go. We have all 5 starters playing 65 plus games, I think for the first time in the Brunson era for sure. Because Mitchell Robinson has missed games, multiple games. So this is the first time you've had 5 starters playing 65 games or more. So that's a testimony to success. And I think the health is what's going to make this series a dog walk. And also, I want to talk about OG Anunoby, because somebody came for me in the chat. Salute to the chat. Yo, the chat has been kind of crazy between here and TikTok and Instagram, and people, definitely coming for my head. I like it though. I like it. And the Pistons fans, I didn't even know the Pistons had fans like that. And they're not liking my content, and that's all well and good. But I'm gonna say this. OG Anunoby, some Knicks fans said that, well, OG Anunoby is not healthy, and they pointed to Josh Hart, and they pushed to Towns. They said those guys are not 100%. And my response is this. This is how I would respond, okay? So what I do is, this is what I go by, okay? I go by what the injury report says, right? So the injury report usually tells you what's going on health-wise with the team. So these are the only reported injuries that the Knicks are reporting, okay? These are the only injuries that the Knicks are reporting. You got OG Anunoby, right? He's day-to-day. That's what he's listed as. And Ariel. I want to talk about this OG Anunoby. Now, Coach Tibbs gave a statement on the press conference that everyone practiced and everyone is healthy. So, salute to Coach Tibbs for eliminating that mystery and letting everybody know that OG practiced. Now, when OG Anunoby initially got the injury, that was maybe 8 days ago, okay? Now, they listed it as a sprain, okay? Now, you guys know I miss the injury, man. I always go through the injuries. What it looks like to me is he had a grade 1 sprain, So usually that takes about 1 to 2 weeks. If he practiced and Coach Tibbs says that no injuries, no setbacks, he's good to go. Of course, he's just listed on the report because it was marked down as a sprain, and a sprain typically has, different criteria in terms of when you return. So when you see OG day to day, that doesn't mean he's not going to play. Okay. Now, because of that, and the fact that he's been resting for a while, he's getting a good, maybe 8 days rest. I think that OG Anunoby is fine, and I expect to see him come off the injury report or be listed as probable when we get to game day, okay? Now, I do want to show this stat, too, to confirm. Let me see if I still got it open. Ever since this brother took over, Casey Smith, we have been performing. Let me jump out of research mode. I got to find it. Ever since he took over, we've been the most healthiest team. And I shared this before, but I'm going to share it again because I think that it's important that, we understand why this is a major advantage. So this is the NBA wins. Hold on. Let me get it back. I lost it. Hold on. 2 seconds. So this is the NBA wins miss leaderboard. Let me blow it up so you can see it. Okay. So so this is the NBA wins miss leaderboard for this season. As you can see, the teams with the most games missed, Dallas, all right? Okay, and then you look at the bottom, the Knicks is all the way at the bottom, 153, right? Big difference between us and Minnesota. So we go down as the most healthiest team in basketball. Entering a playoff series, this is going to be a major key. So I just want to let everybody know, if you're concerned about Karl-Anthony Towns' knee, he's not on the injury report. We know that he was dealing with the runner's knee, right? Or the jumper's knee, one of the two, can't remember exactly which one. But it's basically just tendinopathy, swelling and inflammation. So it's not the end of the world. It's not an injury that takes you out, right? It's just that whenever it becomes sore and it becomes inflamed, he got to rest. He got to take whatever medications they give him, whatever treatments they give him. But right now, because Towns has been resting, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have much inflammation and soreness. Josh Hart has been dealing with his injury since a couple of years now, going back to the bubble. So Josh Hart it's something he's always dealing with, right? So it's not something that just happened and it's hampering him. He's been dealing with it for his career. He'll be fine. And I don't think he really missed any real time off of it. Maybe they might have used it during this period of time where they were resting a lot of their key guys, but Josh Hart's going to go too. So all the guys that you were concerned about health-wise, Brunson is also 100% no minutes, nothing. He's prepared to do whatever he has to do. He clearly has came back from his injury. So yeah, health is 100%. I just wanted to put this out. I want to nip this health thing out the bud because a lot of people, they, were coming for me like, oh, the Knicks are not healthy. We are healthy. And this is the most healthiest we've been going into a playoff. That means a lot. And you know what? If we can sustain our health, because them Boston Celtics with Jaylen Brown, KP's a walking injury waiting to happen. Not that I'm banking on it, but Jaylen Brown has some knee issues. We'll see how it goes. It's the postseason. Let me see. Salute to all the cool people in the building. Salute to Big Dog Talk Sports. I see you. Salute to Miguel P. Huck Porty. Huck Porty is not a part of the rotation, right? So yeah, Huck Porty. Yeah, I showed him on the injury report. He's there. Of course, I gotta get somebody technical. Salute to you, Miguel. I appreciate that. Of course, Ariel has been out, right? So but he wasn't in the rotation, and if he was healthy, he wasn't going to play. So that's why I'm not even counting him. But yes, Ariel is still out, and he probably won't return for the playoffs, but he won't be used either way. Okay. Now I'm gonna move on to my next point. So here's something that has been emerging, and you know what? I know what I could do. I know what I'm gonna show you because I like to do visual shows too, so you can see what I'm talking about, right? So what we're gonna look at right now, I'm gonna show you guys because we're gonna talk about defense, right? the Knicks defense has dramatically improved. Dramatically improved. And I know I didn't even, because I got it here, you know, game 1, 2, 3, 4, what happened during the regular season, because I'm going to say this. There's no direct correlation between postseason and regular season success. So just because you beat a team in the regular season, it doesn't mean you're going to beat the team in the postseason. Okay, so I want to give that caveat there too, because the defense has been better post All-Star break. Okay, and that's not an opinion. I'm going to start off with. All right, since I'm here, I'm gonna start off here. Okay, cool. I want to segment, because if you look at opponents' 3-point percentage, right? No, that's makes. Let me go to percentage. All right, make sure you guys can see it. So when you go to opponents' 3-point percentage, you will see that the Knicks is 26th in the league in 3-point defense percentage-wise. Okay, terrible, right? Bad. But I'm gonna say this: if you want to segment it, and you look at since the All-Star break, post All-Star break, okay, cool. And you pull it up and you segment it, you see that the Knicks have the 4th best 3-point defense since the All-Star break. And that's about 28 games. That's not a short sample size. Salute to the boys in orange and blue for tightening up the 3-point defense. And I remember I had right before the when Brunson got hurt, right? When Brunson got hurt, I remember I was like, everybody talking about the defense, but we still giving up all these crazy percentages in threes. But if you, oh, you know what? I don't even have to do that. I can show you on the screen while I'm reading, right? Let's do that, because I already got the game log here. I got so many tabs already open. I'm going to be showing you guys a lot of what I'm talking about, so you guys can see I'm pretty on the money. So I want to go look at, let me make this extra wide. I want to go look at, hold on. Oh man, my computer froze up on me. So it's all good. All right, so look. So I'm going to pull up the opponent's 3-point percentage, right? That's this column I'm in right here. So we're giving up over 37% on the year. I believe it's like 37 point something. Hold on, I got the number right here. I got the number somewhere. I think we're giving up like 37%. I just want to be accurate from threes. What we giving up. By the way, if you like the show, hit the like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed. And if you are a subscriber, consider joining the channel. So I just want to make sure I'm on the money, right? Because I just want to show you how good the defense has been. So we're giving up 36.7, just under 37%, right? For the year. Okay, cool. Now look at 3-point percentage. Let me just make sure I'm in the right column. Okay, yes. Okay, cool. So this is the column right here. 34%, 35%, 36.4, 38%. This was against the 8th. That was, who was that? That was against Boston. So yeah, the Boston Celtics, the best 3-point shooting teams in terms of makes and attempts. They outgunned us this game, right? Okay, cool. But look at this. We held a team to 11%, 31%, 32%, damn near 20%, 25%. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? The Knicks 3-point defense has been on the money as of late. Okay? On the money as of late. So what that tells me is that going into the postseason, you got a team that has been playing better defense, right? And this is including Jalen Brunson, right? We know Jalen Brunson missed the 15 games, but we're looking at the last 28 games. So even though Brunson has returned in a lot of those games, our 3-point defense is still maintained and sustained, right? 3-point defense is a major key, because the Detroit Pistons, one for one, they're not a great 3-point shooting team, right? So the Detroit Pistons on the year, they are ranked 17th and they shoot just over 36%. Okay? So as long as we shut these guys down, because the three ball killed us. In 3 of the regular season games, or 2 of the regular season, well, 3, they shot over 36%. But in 2 of the games, they shot well over 40%. In 1 of the games, they shot 50% from 3. So, and of course, those were all losses. So we don't need the Detroit Pistons becoming the Boston Celtics. But once again, this is not what I think the Knicks should do. I am showing you what the Knicks are doing. The Knicks have been defending the 3 ball way better. So the 3-point defense, I think that it will continue in the postseason. And because it's been really good thus far, as I just showed, okay? We've been holding teams well under the 36%. And if we continue to do that, and on average, 34% in the last 28 games post All-Star break. 3-point defense, you can't argue with it. It's been fantastic. So we got to make sure that we hold the Pistons down. Now look, the Detroit Pistons, right? The Detroit Pistons are very limited in their offense. Very limited. They don't have a lot of dynamic when it comes to the half court. So Pistons is a transition team, right? They want to run you to death. They got the athletes. This is what they do. This is how they make they bread and butter, right? They like to run you to death. The post All-Star break, the Pistons have been phenomenal. So currently, they are second in fast break points with 18.5 a game. Okay? And I can actually show you guys that. All right? How the Pistons like to thrive in fast breaks. Why? Because their half court is just not good at all. Okay? I'm not going to say at all. I'm going to say that their half court is very limited. Very, very limited. Let me see if I can show you that. I think that's Misk. So when you look at fast break points, Detroit Pistons number 2, 18.5. So how we combat that? How do we stop the Pistons from running fast breaks? Well, one thing we could do, right, is we could defend in transition, right? Transition defense has to be on the money, right? Turnovers is a major thing. I'm going to talk more about offense later. Definitely protecting the ball, as the Knicks are really good at protecting the ball. But this 18 fast break points right here it's kind of concerning. It's a little concerning. And another area too, the Pistons are also 5th in points in the paint. All right, so they're trying to attack the basket in transition, right? They don't run a lot of post-up sets. All they run is pick and roll for Durant, right? Pick and roll for when Stewart comes in, Durant comes in, is just nothing but pick and roll. Only time Stewart and Durant really create is when they get an offensive rebound, right? Or if they get caught in the dunker spot, alley hoop, maybe there's an opportunity to get a hook shot or something like that. Outside of that, they don't run sets like for Durant on the block. Let me get him the ball and let him go to work. That's not how they do it. Cade Cunningham is amazing, right? Cade Cunningham, honestly, he's probably top 3 point guard diving off pick and rolls. I mean, he makes their offense what it is. You remove Cade Cunningham, the Pistons will probably be like how they were last year, right? Cade Cunningham is someone who you're going to have to neutralize in the pick and roll. He does it to everybody. I seen the Bucks game, the first Bucks game, where it was kind of competitive. And they couldn't stop the pick and roll, and I'm confident in Coach Tibbs. I think we got OG Anunoby, who's the most dynamic defender in the East. I feel like because of his ability to guard big guys from the 5 all the way down to the 1. I expect to see them mixing it up. Maybe it's not one guy's assignment, but I think that the Knicks will do a better job on Cade in the postseason, especially since the 3-point defense has been on the money. So all we have to do is contain Cade's pick and roll. And I listen, Coach Tibbs is, he's a Tarrytown gym nut, right? I mean, these guys from the press conferences seems like they're focused. I'm just telling you what I seen and what we're going to have to deal with. That pick and roll is something that, I can't really give the answer, but I'm not Coach Tibbs, but I think that we can overcome that. Let me see if there's anything else with the 3. So points in the paint, right? And another reason why their points in the paint is high is because, like I said, Cade Cunningham, he's attacking the basket. Cade is not like coming off the screen and then just spotting up for threes. Most of the time, he's diving to the basket. Durant's dive. So they put a lot of pressure on the rim because they got 2 rim runners, right? It's hard to stop if your defense isn't up to it. But we do got Mitchell Robinson. Let me see what's up in the chat as I continue. There's a couple of more defensive things. Reduce fast break points, Pistons 3-ball. We talked about that. I guess I could move to the next one. But before I move to the next one, let me see what you guys talking about in the chat. Salute to you, Strong Island Bomber. Knicks in 5. Facts. I don't want to ever lose another finals. Size 9. There's a good chance if we get there. I don't see why we couldn't win it all unless it's OKC, because OKC seems to have our number. But once again, that's regular season. It's not postseason. Knicks will be champs. Beasley could be put on a milk carton. Facts. And in fact, and I was going to get to Beasley. I do got a segment for Beasley, but Beasley lit us up. He actually set the record in MSG for opposing players with 13 threes in the 2 games that he came to Madison Square Garden. I don't expect that to continue. Beasley is phenomenal this year shooting the 3-ball. I think he's like 42% from. Hold on, let me fact check. Hey, you know how I get down. I got so much stuff in front of me. Trying to make sure I get everything out. Also moving fast because I don't want this to be too long. I want to make sure everybody gets to see it. But Malik Beasley, he's shooting that. I forgot who I was looking up. Malik Beasley, he's shooting about 40, just under 42%, like 41.6% from 3. So yeah, he's phenomenal. You gotta, and how you defend. Okay, so here's another thing too that I didn't get a chance to share. Now Schroeder and Sasser, who actually had a really good, I think that was game 3. It might have been game 3 where Sasser had a good game, but Sasser and Schroeder are the only other guys, and Beasley has been doing it, but those guys are the only guys that really can create offense for themselves and others. Right? So when Cade is not on the floor, I think the Knicks are definitely going to dominate these guys. Now, Schroeder does have payoff experience, but the guys who don't got, and I'm going to talk about experience, but I think that's going to come into play. But the 3-point defense also, too, is not, it's hard to not overhelp on Cade because when Cade is blowing by your defenders, he's usually near the basket. So you got to kind of like blitz him to help in the paint because they, like I said, they're number 5 in paint points. So I think the Knicks can, neutralize a lot of what they're doing. And I love Mitchell Robinson's defense in the drop coverage, something we've never gotten to see because Mitchell Robinson has never played against the Detroit Pistons. So we have to give Mitch a shot to see exactly where he's at. Now, before I continue, as you guys can see on the screen here, I got the new stuff that came in, man. I'm so happy that I finally found the designer that could really bring home exactly what I wanted to bring home, and that is a shirt that's in tribute to the Big Bodega, right? Cat, salute to Cat. So we got some new merch in the store, y'all. Like I told you guys, new merch was coming. We got the Bodega Cat shirts. By the way, channel members, I will be doing the member. So guys, also channel members, I will be doing the giveaway. I forgot to announce that early in the show. Give me a couple of more. We at the 35-minute mark. Closer towards the end of the show, channel members, I will be doing an exclusive giveaway for channel members. So if you guys want to, take advantage of the giveaways, consider joining the channel. And also channel members get discounts on the merch. But yeah, this is the new merch, man. The Bodega Cat shirts, they have arrived. It's fire. I mean, it took me a while to find somebody that could do something like this. It's lit. The price is nice. I mean, hey guys, I would go get yourself a Bodega Cat shirt. It's fire. We got them in black. We got it in, I guess this is what, natural. They call it natural, like a off-white kind of yellow kind of vibe. And then you got the white, of course. But my favorite is black. But yeah, man, go get yourself a Bodega Cat t-shirt. And also, we also got the mugs too. We got the mugs here too. All right. So Bodega Cat. So while you drinking your cup of coffee, by the way, the prices on the mugs also dropped. I dropped the price on pretty much everything in the store. So, everything is, I mean, listen, guys, it's something for everyone on the store. I even came out with a This Week Inside the Knicks mug too, just for fun. But yeah, definitely visit the store. And then we still got the Captain 11 here too. This is the hoodie that I got, but I'm probably going to have to, I don't think I'm gonna be able to wear this on Saturday at the lounge because it's going to be 80 degrees on Saturday. But I just had to share that. And also, like I said, channel members, I will do the giveaway. And in fact, you know what? Let me check something right quick. Maxine knocked out. It's all good, Max. I'm going to hold it down myself. Maxine, she's the executive producer. She will be in the building too at the watch party this Saturday. Bayside, Queens. Definitely on the same, well, not the same website, but you go to thisweekinsidetheknicks.com, you'll find the link to the watch party as well. And all you got to do is click the link. Let me know you coming. And yeah, we'll save you a spot, man. We'll save you a spot. But it's going down at Q Bar, okay? Like I said, Maxine will be in the building. J-Tap will be in the building. And yeah, we're going to do it like that. All right, so I'm going to move forward as well. Let me move forward. So my fourth key as to why the Knicks will win, right? As I get the behind the scenes set up. Cap, right? Captain 11. This guy right here, all right? You see this guy? Even though we got the Bodega Cat stuff, Captain 11, man, we will never forget Cap. That's where it's at. You feel me? Cat, he's going to be in his bag to the point where I think that Captain's going to be so much in his bag that I don't think the Detroit Pistons are going to be ready for what Jalen Brunson is going to bring to the table. First off, Jalen Brunson has already had some really good performances against Detroit. Make sure I'm on Durant. I think I got his page up here too. Oh yeah, this is Brunson. All right, so he has some really good games against Detroit, except the minutes restriction game. Okay. And so, I'm in the playoffs. That's why I'm like, yo, why am I not seeing Detroit? Because we never played them in the playoffs. Duh. All right, cool. So let me sort this by opponent. So you can see here, right? So this is Cap's. I ain't mean to click the box score. They need to do all that. Hold on. All right, yeah. So, okay. All right. See, I hate when it. See, I love basketball reference, but I hate when it does the wacky stuff. All right. Just X this out. Okay, cool. So yeah, so this is his performances against Detroit. He had 31, right? He had 31 again, right? He had 15 in the minutes restriction game, like I said. And then he had 36 in the win. This was the blowout game. So Kappen has already been in his bag against the Detroit Pistons, right? He's been matching what Cade Cunningham brought to the table all year long. Yes, Cade Cunningham had great games against us. He lit us up. But anything that Cade does offensively, Cap is going to match that. Cap is going to match that. Because even when you look at it, right? So when Cap had 31 points, he had 10 assists. When Cap had 31 points, he had 11 assists, right? So Cap is still moving the ball too, getting guys involved. And so if Cap is balling like that, we've had great success. Because look, here's the quagmire, right? Some of you guys don't like that Cap shoots as much as he does. But I got a stat that's really interesting, right? It's really interesting. So when Brunson scores 30 or more, right? Brunson scores 30 or more, the Knicks are 15-7. Okay? That's his record when he scores 30 or more. On the flip side, when Brunson scores under 20 points, the Knicks have a record of 11-3. So in both instances, the Knicks are successful. I think what has to happen is this. And this is what I think, not has to happen. This is what I think really would happen, okay? Cap is going to mix it up when he needs to. So if the team, throughout, Bridges is not hitting this shot, OG's not hitting the shot, Towns is on the bench, that's Captain's time to shine. He needs to step up when we need him to step up. Cap don't need to just be like last year's Brunson all the time, right? We need last year's Brunson in clutch time, which I do think he should be clutch player of the year. I think he will win it. But we need Cap to be able to mix it up and give us the offense when we need it. And also, when you look at Cap's, and because that's why I was in the playoffs. When you look at what Cap has been doing in the postseason, right? So we're gonna start from the top. Well, no, we could start from down here. So this was the game where he broke his hand against Indiana, but whatever. He had 17 points in 29 minutes, but he did break his hand, fracture his hand. But before that, 31, 44, then 18, 26, 29, 43, 41, 40, 47, all in the postseason. Okay? I think that Cap definitely, for sure, 100,000% is just going to be unstoppable. And that alone will lead us to the mountaintop. Can Cade Cunningham do it? It's possible because Cade has a really nice game. I like Cade's game. I just think that he's in over his head. He's never been here before. And the Knicks, we're going on technically 4 years, but with Captain, this is his third year. I don't foresee a drop off like that. We've been making it to the second round. We're the third team, right, to make it to the second round. Right, well, one of three teams to make it to the second round in the previous two playoffs. No one else has done that. OKC, Minnesota, you could go through the list. So I think that means something in the grand scheme of things. And my next point, honestly, kind of matches this point that I'm on right now. So when we look at the Detroit Pistons, right, they got a lot of double-figure scorers, right? When you look at stats, don't count this Tulu Smith kid, but Asar Thompson's giving you 10, right? Schroeder's giving you 10, and I think this 10 is actually with Detroit. Durant is giving you a double-double, 11 and 10, right? Tim Hardaway's giving you 16, right? No, I'm sorry, Malik Beasley's giving you 16. Tim Hardaway's giving you 11, okay? Ivy's out. I don't think Ivy's going to play in the postseason, but he was their second best scorer at 17.6. And of course, Tobias Harris, he's from New York. I'm not going to be too hard on him, but he's only giving you 13.7 points. They don't have enough offensive productivity in terms of a guy that can match what Cade is going to give. You already know the Knicks, we had the number one starting lineup scoring-wise in basketball up until, Brunson went down. Now we the third ranked starting lineup scoring-wise. The Knicks have way too much offense. And my fifth point is Detroit lacks the star power and support. Cade Cunningham is on the island because Cade does so much for the Pistons that none of these other guys have been doing it in the regular season. So what makes you think that Malik Beasley is going to come into the postseason and give you 20 points? I don't see it happening, right? What I see happening is a team that is young, talented. And I'm going to say this. I think that the Detroit Pistons have a very bright future. I think they can be like the Houston Rockets of the East, right? But right now, they're going to have to get spanked. And because they don't got the star support, then I also brought up the playoffs, and I could touch on the playoffs a little bit. So that's Cade. Malik Beasley, right? So what I want to do, Malik Beasley, he's one of their veterans. I want to pull up what did Malik Beasley do in the playoffs. Malik Beasley has not done anything in the postseason worth substance. 8 points a game, 3 points a game, 8 points a game, 8 points a game. Now, I'm not saying that 8 points a game is bad, right? But it's not 16. It's not 13, right? It's not double digits. So, yes, he might score more than that in the postseason, but I don't think his production is going to elevate to 20. I just don't see it. So my argument was that they're veterans, to me, haven't really done it in the postseason. Now, Tobias Harris, to be fair, if you want to look at Tobias Harris, okay, I'm going to go to the overview page. Tobias Harris actually had a good playoff run, all right? I forgot about this playoff run. How many of you guys remember the 2021 team? This was the team, I think they beat Atlanta, right? Hold on. Just look into that real quick. Because I didn't really look into this too deeply. I just gave him his props and I bowed out. Hold on. Let me go to the... why am I not seeing the playoffs? 2021. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, cool. So I think, 2021 playoffs. All right, cool. So, playoffs is down here. So this is what he did. He beat Atlanta. Well, he lost to Atlanta. Okay? So this was against Atlanta in Washington. I don't know. I don't want to read too much into it, but to be fair, I just wanted to say that I was kind of hard on Tobias. I am very hard. Tobias to me, because I felt like he should be better than what he is. I'm going to keep it real. But it is what it is. He did have this 1 year. Outside of that, though, look at Tobias Harris' numbers in the postseason. He's been on the decline. And you can't argue that he wasn't getting the minutes. He got 36 minutes last year against the Knicks. He played 36 minutes and gave you 9 points. He's averaging 13 points on the year. Why am I scared of the Detroit Pistons veterans? Why would I be scared of these guys? Dennis Schroeder, right? Okay, cool. Schroeder, right? So this is Dennis Schroeder's playoffs. He had that one phenomenal series, right? Where he had 24. This is when Schroeder made his name. I think this was also around the time when he thought he was getting the bag and he didn't get the bag. He kind of dropped the bag, whatever. Bottom line is, Schroeder had the one playoffs, but ever since then, he's been on the decline, like I said. The brother has been on a sharp decline. He went from 24 to 13, went up to 17, but then back down to 14, and then now he's back down to 7. And mind you, these guys are getting minutes in the postseason. He was getting 26 minutes with the Lakers in 2023. I don't care about what you did in 2016, 2017, brother. What did you do in 2023? So they're veterans, like I said, to me, Tim Hardaway Jr., we could look at Tim Hardaway Jr., 2021, 2020, he had some good series there. But look at his last playoffs, 4 points. I'm supposed to be scared of this guy because he had a couple of good, decent series. But what has he done recently? He's averaging 11 points on the season. These guys are not ready, bro. They're not built to beat the Knicks, man. It's not going to happen, bro. Sorry. Now, I do want to move on to rebounds. Rebounding is another very important stat. Now, in the you know what? I could show you guys this. Salute the Basketball Reference. I love Basketball Reference, man. It's, to me, I mean, it's a lot of numbers, but for me is a lot easier to manage. So, all right, so I got the Knicks on the screen, right? I got the game logs. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sort to see Detroit, okay? Now this is Detroit. Rebounding battle, okay? Now, against the Detroit Pistons, we know that they took the 3 games. I don't care. Notice how I'm not talking to you about, yeah, in game 1 we did this, in game 2. I'm telling you about, I'm looking at, so when I look at preseason and like regular season and I'm in playoff mode, I'm looking to see the way the game is being played. So I know Cade Cunningham coming off a lot of pick and roll. He's going to pick and roll you to death. That's all they got. Their half-court offense, very limited. Anytime they get caught in a situation where they're in half court, 9 times out of 10, they run and pick and roll. Very predictable. JB Bickerstaff, great, you know, I'm not going to say great coach. I'm going to say he's been a good coach. Will he be able to make those adjustments? I doubt it, right? So when we talk about the rebounding battle, right, the Knicks, we only won the matchup. We were +7 when we got the win. I call it DRM, dominating the rebounding matchup, right? And you could kind of, can't really see it because you can't see the top. But the point that I'm saying is that I think dominating the rebounding battle will be a major key because the Detroit Pistons, they are a good rebounding team. Currently, they rank in terms of total rebounds. They get 44 a game, 13. So they're in the top 13 in rebounds. But what makes them more dynamic is their ability to keep guys off the glass. So they are 6th in opponents' rebounds at 42.5. Okay? 42.5. The Detroit Pistons are also 35 and 13 when they get over 44 rebounds. Okay? So we have to keep the Pistons off the glass. Another thing, too, the Pistons also like to run transition, right? They like to run fast break. That's their most dangerous offense. They need to run, right? That's why I think they're also 9th in pace. So all these things, when you look at, so when I see the stats and I watch the games and I'm thinking about future games, I'm like, okay, Mitchell Robinson is there. So now with Mitchell Robinson there, he's going to help on the glass. He's going to help with Stu because I'm not going to lie to you. And I do have some concerns, right? And I could get into the concerns next too, if I could find them. I got papers all over the place. But Pascal Stewart, I mean, what's his name? Not Isaiah Stewart, Pascal Stewart. Boxing, you can tell I'm a boxing guy. Anyway, he's definitely a player that I feel like gives us some trouble in the paint, rebound wise. Mitchell Robinson there, I think will nullify and neutralize that. Stu is strong. Mitch is strong. Mitch is the best offensive rebounder in basketball when he's available and he's healthy. I think Mitch is going to take his game to another level in the postseason. And I expect to see some gamesmanship from Tibbs. I would like to see when Stewart comes in the game, Mitchell comes in the game. Mitch right in the game. I think that's the tweak that we're going to see at some point, especially if they're dominant on the glass. But the rebounding battle is very important. And of course, you to all my Knicks and 10 people, and I do got to figure out when am I going to do that show. But when the Knicks dominate, the DRM dominate the rebounding matchup, right? The Knicks, their record is 35-10. That's the Knicks record when they dominate the rebounding matchup. When they lose the rebounding matchup, they're 13-21. So we lost 3 of the matchups. That's why we lost the series. All right, guys, look, I'm getting ready to do the membership giveaways to all the members. So members, channel members, if you're a channel member, right, I need you to, all right, I want you to write this response. In order to get the giveaway, channel members, I want you to give me one reason why the Knicks will beat the Pistons in 5 games. And whoever gives me the most compelling answer in the chat will get the giveaway. And by the way, as channel members, as you do that in this chat, all right, I forgot to create a comment. I was going to create a members only comment. Drop the ball with that. It's all good. I'll do it after the show, so that way I can, whoever wins. But I need you to give me one reason why the Knicks will dominate the Pistons, not just beat the Pistons. And whoever has the most compelling answer in the chat, or whoever has the most compelling answer, it could be funny, it could be knowledge, you will get the giveaway. And I'm going to show you guys what I'm giving away tonight, because we came out with the new merch line. The new merch line. I'm going to give away a t-shirt to the member that puts that in the chat. So that's going to be the giveaway tonight, guys. I'm giving away a Bodega Cat t-shirt to one of the members, okay? Members only, by the way. Members only. So if you want a shirt, you're a member. I need one reason. It don't got to be the most basketball reason. It just got to it got to move me in a way. And you will get the prize. All right? We talking about black hoodies and the yeah, guys, it's funny. What's with the black hoodies though? Like, what's up with the black hoodies? I don't. Does the black hoodies means that like we're gonna like we I don't know. Oh, I see an answer. I see an answer that I think I don't think no one's gonna be able to top it. I see an answer from a member. I'm gonna keep the comments coming. I think I got a winner already though. I think I got a winner already. By the way, if you listening to the show, this is the 10 reasons why the Knicks will beat the Pistons. I just touched on rebounding. I'm gonna try to move a little faster because I don't want this show to be too long. But anybody who's a Piston fan, if you want to get them upset, you want to get them riled up, have them watch this video. And let me see. Size 9 said he don't. Did the Hawks have experience? Did the Knicks have experience? Did the Knicks have experience? Right? Was Julius Randle in the playoffs when we saw the Hawks? I don't think Julius Randle was in the playoffs. Knicks didn't have no experience either. So when you have 2 teams that are inexperienced, then that's just what it is. But I'm gonna give y'all a couple of more minutes, channel members to post. To all the channel members that's here, if you guys are, let me see, because I think I already got the winner, y'all. I think I got the winner, but I'm gonna give the members whatever members that didn't leave a message. Let me make sure I see everybody. I don't want to leave nobody out. Cool. I'm gonna move forward. Definitely gonna move forward. So my seventh reason, the Pistons, they're still learning. They're too green, right? When you going up in a series like this, right? Like like regular season is important. We're not gonna shade the regular season, right? Regular season is important. The problem with regular season is that people overestimate and overhype the regular season more than it needs to be. I don't think that, like, okay, so when they say that the records reset, I truly believe that. Once you get into the playoffs, all the things that you've done in the regular season, that goes away. I think the Pistons are just too green. Their last playoff win was in 2008. They got swept in their last 3 playoff series. Come on, dude. Stop. I understand, Cade Cunningham wasn't there, but, I mean, he wasn't in the playoffs either. This is his first playoff series. So I'm somebody that's like this. You got to show me why I shouldn't believe what I see. If you don't show me that, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to pick a team that don't have experience size 9. I'm sorry. Right? I'm sorry, size 9, but I can't do it. Now, I'm going to say this. The Detroit Pistons, they are 500 in close games, 8-8. But they are 7-8 in games decided by 3 and under. I know they beat the Knicks in 3 games that were considered close, but it's the regular season, man. You know, I don't want to make excuses we lost, but I mean, Towns didn't play one of the games. No Mitchell Robinson ever. Last game was a minute restriction game. Now Tibbs wants to load manage. I mean, yeah, okay, they beat us, and but I'm not sure if all of those Pistons games would be considered close games because, you know, the NBA has their own metric, right? 5 points or less. So the loss that was on the 10th, we lost by 9, right? Then we had a 5-point loss, then a 9-point loss. So we only had one game that was 5 points or less that the league would consider close. So that doesn't even count for the stat that I'm talking about. I'm just trying to eliminate, because I know people are going to come and say all this crazy, you know, they're going to try to counter what I'm saying. And it's cool. You could try to counter me, but just know that I'm also thinking about your counters. Now, in terms of close games, now my close game criteria is a little different from how the NBA calculates it, and that's fine. But for me, and I'm just going to do it like, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm not even going to give you my close game stat. I'm going to say this. In games decided by 4 points or less, the Knicks are 10-4. In games decided by 5 points or less, the Knicks are 13-5. So in the postseason, based off experience, based off the fact that the Knicks are a better team in close games, clutch games, if Detroit manages to keep the score close, because, you know, the Knicks have been blowing teams out, but if they are in the game down the stretch, this year, the best closer in basketball is Jalen Brunson, and that's not a debate. It's not my opinion. He's more than likely will win the award. He has the clutch stat that they consider. So I'm taking the best player, and I think that while Cade is talented and he's growing, he's not. I wouldn't put him ahead of Jalen Brunson right now. Could he be better than Jalen Brunson in the future? Possibly. He's young. He got time to develop. But right now, this guy right here, to me, right, is the best player in the series. And guess what? I'm taking Cat number 2. And Cat better make the second team. I read somewhere they had Cat as a third team. Knock it off. Hold on. So before I continue, I just want to make sure the members, I'm going to make sure you guys got all your comments out, right? Because I am looking in the members chat. Okay. So, all right. So, you know what? So the winner of the giveaway, right? I'm going to do a drum roll. is HRM the Great. I thought his response was the best. He basically took it to LL Cool J. He said that because he's going to do it for Mom Dukes. Cat, the big bodega, right? He's going to do it for Mom Dukes. Salute to HRM the Great. You are the winner. HRM the Great, I'm going to holler at you in the Discord, all right? And I'm going to get your address. And I'm gonna ship this Bodega Cat shirt to you, okay? So this is, guys, I'm gonna be doing random giveaways to members. That's something I'm adding to the membership perk. So if you are a subscriber, right, definitely, consider subscribing, because you just never know when I'm gonna do a giveaway. When I told the Precious Achua story, right, the members get it first. So yeah, my memberships, you actually get stuff when you sign up for my memberships, right? That's no shade to nobody, no slice to nobody. Everybody runs their channel differently. But when you become a member here, you get what you pay for and more. So let me see if I'm done with this point about the they're too green, yeah, close games. They got time. I think the Pistons are gonna be a really good team within 5 years. I think their day will come. It's just not right now. And of course, they got a new coach. JB Bickerstaff, talented. You're gonna need time to build what they're trying to build in Detroit. Yes, we know they tripled their win total, the greatest increase in NBA history. Oh, fantastic. Not enough to take care of these Knicks. Coach Tibbs, a stabilizing force in New York. Say what you want about Coach Tibbs. Stabilizing force in New York. Facts. No doubt, HRM the Great. Salute to you, man. Definitely congrats. I told you guys, channel members, listen to the show. I'm gonna be doing a giveaway tonight. Let me move to the next point. Young whippersnappers. The crazy part about it is, guys, I probably got like 15 pages of notes, but I'm probably only using like 3 of them. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part about this whole thing. I'm kind of mad that I took the time to write all this stuff down. I'm not using it all. But now I'm gonna get to the well, this is kind of like low-hanging fruit, right? I feel like what can propel us to a possible finals run is our offense. Historically, this is the best offense in Knicks history by, advanced metrics, right? We had the highest offensive rating. We did it last year. So salute to the Knicks for that. Continuing the trend. It's a shame that Brunson got hurt because, let me take the captain shirt, the Bodega shirt off. Hold on. It's a shame that Brunson got hurt because, where's my NBA.com? I want to show y'all something. So when you go to NBA.com, I'm learning how to use it. I've been on it a lot recently, so that's why I'm kind of like a machine with it right now. But if you go there and you put pre-All-Star break, right? It's gonna pull up the numbers, and then you go to offensive rating. The Knicks had the number 2 offense in basketball, right behind Cleveland, like literally right there. Literally, like we were like the offense was so good. I mean, 3-point percentage, 2-point percentage. We had like the best 2-point percentage. Then Cleveland overtook us, and we was number 2 for a while. And the numbers dipped because if you change the segment and you go post All-Star, right, and you go back to offensive rating, and you look at the top 2, the Knicks ain't up there no more. You got to go all the way down to 22. The Knicks dropped from 2 to 22 post All-Star break. And the majority of the reason why is because Brunson wasn't in the lineup. However, captain is back. So now that captain is back, I expect our offense to go back to being off the charts, especially now that the guys spent a lot of games together, over 60 games together. Now I feel like the chemistry is going to be a whole lot better. And let me tell you something. This is why I watch the games. Guys, I watched each Knicks Pistons games 3 times. I watched it twice the first time, Then the last time was when we got the matchup. It was announced. I watched the Pistons games again, but I watched it on Detroit's broadcast because I wanted to see what they, how they feel. And like I said, when I watched the broadcast, New York is an elite team, and This was game 1. Game 4, they in a bag already. Like there is no respect in New York. The attitude shifted to become like, yo, we can actually hang with these guys and possibly beat these guys. So when I watched game 1 over, and I ain't gonna lie, I didn't watch the whole game because once you get to like midway of the second quarter, I'm like, yeah, I already know what's going to happen. So I clicked off. But game 1, they've had this in their bag. Remember this right here, guys? How many of you guys remember this right here when the Knicks had the best pick and roll duo metrics? This was back in December 10th, 2024, between Jalen Brunson and Towns. It's like they went away from that. They don't run enough pick and roll. When they ran the pick and roll, that first game against Detroit, that's why Detroit got smacked. They had no answers for it. Durant is lost, right? He don't know how to guard because Towns is popping too. Towns is not just a role guy, right? Towns is popping. Brunson's a threat to score. Brunson, he can fade out to the three, but leak out to the 3-point line, or he can drive to the basket. The pick and roll attack from Towns and Brunson, to me, is the best in basketball, bro. And if they really work on it, it could be one of the best pick and roll duos in NBA history. And I'm banking on that. And this is why I'm saying next year, I think our offense is going to be off the charts. I just see the potential. And this right here, when they were running it and they ran it in game 1, they got to run more pick and roll. And hold on, I could get jazzy and have fun. I can show you, let's see. It would probably be, let me see, not Misk. Let's see. There's points in the paint. Hold on, I'm going to find it. I could show you the exact pick and roll too. I think it's under scoring. No, it might be under advanced. Pick and roll ball handlers. Let me see. No, it's not there. I want to, because there's a stat. I just can't remember where it's at, where it shows you the pick and roll, how often you run it. And then when I last checked it, we was like towards the bottom, but that could have changed. I gotta find it. I'm gonna try to find it before the show's over. But and no, it's not gonna show it here. It's not traditional for sure. Ah, man, pick and roll ball handler. Where did I see it at? It's on here somewhere. But like I said, NBA.com is kind of crazy. All right, I'll find it. Bottom line is, like, there was a stat on here somewhere where it showed that we were like towards the bottom 10th and running pick and roll, initiated. Like, so when the ball handler is initiating offense, initiating actions, we were towards the bottom and the ball handler coming off a screen. And that is something to me. I mean, I love Coach Tibbs. I'm I try to be fair, and yeah, I do call him out for some of the shortcomings, but I don't understand why he doesn't implement more pick and roll. So I think you're going to see pick and roll. And when the Knicks run the pick and roll, it's going to be unstoppable. Right? So we also, even though, like I said, the offensive numbers have dipped, we're still a 5th-ranked offense. We still top 6 in 2-point percentage, right? I think we're 9th in 3-point percentage. Hold on. Get my notes, guys. Get my notes. We're 6th in points in the paint, so we're right behind Detroit in points in the paint. I mean, here is another key, and I kind of hinted towards it earlier. The Detroit Pistons, they thrive in fast breaks, right? They want to run, and they want to run. So we have to limit our turnovers. And the Knicks usually do a good job in limiting the turnovers. Overall, we average 13.3. That's 5th best in the league. However, in the game, okay, you guys ain't going to be able to see it, but this is the actual game stats here that I took note of. In the actual game, in all 3 losses, we had well above our average of 13 turnovers. 15 or more turnovers in all 3 losses. 15 or more turnovers in all 3 losses. When we turn the ball over, Detroit, they have life. Now they have offense. So we have to do a better job protecting the ball. And I think we will. Because we did it the first game. The first game, we had 10 turnovers and we smacked them. So what the playoff series is going to look like to me is more pick and roll, pick and pop actions. And even if you run I like Mikal Bridges and Mitchell Robinson pick and roll. That could be a deadly combo. I have to see it because they ran it one time. Who was that against? Damn, who was that? That might have been against, when did Mitch last play? Whatever was Mitch's last game that he played, him and Mikal Bridges ran a nice little pick and roll that led to a lob. I said, oh, that might be the combo right there. Bridges and Mitch. But we need to see more of that. And this is why I keep talking about next year. I know y'all don't want to hear about that. But I'm just saying when they have more time, a full off-season summer, because Jalen Brunson hinted that they work together in the summertime, that these are certain things that they could implement and work together. And Detroit, like the Detroit Pistons too, they're a solid defense, right? But they're not an elite defense. The Knicks can score and tear these guys apart. In fact, if you guys watch the games, right, you would notice like there's a lot of peaks and valleys, especially in the close games, not the first game. So in the second game against the Pistons, Detroit, they were blowing us out early. Knicks came back. How the Knicks came back? Limited turnovers and started turning them over. That's something I forgot to mention on the defensive side, turning Detroit over, because Detroit right now, they're 21st in protecting the ball. They average about 15 turnovers a game. Got to turn Detroit over. So if we protect the ball, we naturally will limit their opportunities to score, right? And that's like using offense to defense. So we could use offense to defense in order to, shut these guys down. But yeah, I mean, the pick and roll works both ways. They can't guard us in pick and roll either. So yeah, we have trouble with Durant, with Towns, but that's why Mitch is there. And, Yuri, I'm not sure if it was you, Yuri. It might have been a couple of you guys in the Discord might have hinted towards double big lineup. I don't know. You might see it. And if they start Tobias Harris, here's my concern about the double big lineup. If Tobias Harris is going, I should say if they start, he's going to start. With Tobias Harris on the floor, I think the double big lineup would probably be our best bet. Because now Tobias Harris is going to play defense unless they're going to let Asar guard Towns. And I'm curious to see what wrinkles they put in with Mitch, because my only concern with Mitch on the floor defensively is, offensively is him clogging the paint. Because Towns like to have the paint open, Big Cat, Big Bodega. He wants to drive to the basket freely, and Jalen Durant will be roaming around the paint because you could play off of Mitch. Let's just face it, he's not a threat to shoot threes. But if Tobias Harris is on the floor and Mitch is running some pick and roll, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing, Mitchell Robinson setting some pick and roll, using that as an opportunity maybe to move Mitch to another side of the floor and let Towns flash into the post. I mean, I don't know. But I do think you're going to see something with the double big lineup. It may not be the start, but you might see some. But if I was Coach Tibbs, every single time Isaiah Stewart comes into the game and Mitch, you're in the game. That's just how I would. Yeah, that's just how I would do it. But Coach Tibbs is Coach Tibbs, and I wish him well. Let me see. We got someone in the chat. J-Tap says Tobias is so trash. I don't want to go so hard on the New York kid, but Tobias hasn't really done nothing to me. That's just how I feel. Yuri says NBA standards, anyone could be beaten. The Knicks aren't supposed to lose to the Hornets. Everybody got losses like that, man. Why are we talking about regular season, though? This is the playoffs. We don't care about no regular season losses right now. Right now, we getting ready to go into the grand stage, okay? We getting ready to see who really got heart. We about to see who really is like that. That's where we are right now. Let me see. As Moses Joe says, excuse me, I didn't realize the Pistons was the 96 Bulls and had the current Warriors experience. I mean, come on, dude. They're a team they're young and talented, but I don't think that they're going to kill us. I think they're going to get smoked. And as you can see, I got 15 pages worth of reasons why that half of them I ain't even get into. So, yeah, fifth rank offense. I think the offense is going to be super better. Super better. Now, I do want to show you guys something. Hopefully, I didn't. Hold on. Let's see if I got it here. These are the games. So, my ninth reason is, and yes, I made it all the way to 9. So, if you just joined the stream, you could, watch the replay to hear the first 8. But, hold on. I'm going to get it because I got my notes here. So my ninth reason is, what do the experts say? What do the experts say? And no, Shaq, you're not the expert here. You're just an old dude that don't even watch the NBA and collects checks to talk about the NBA. So we're going to talk about what the experts say. Not Shaq. And I can't even think of who else. I don't think nobody else picked Detroit. But you can go back in the research mode so you can see. So I have here ESPN, right? Experts predict the play-in the first round. So we don't care about play-in tournaments, right? So look at this. Notice that this is Boston and Orlando. 8-0, right? Okay, cool. So look, we got the Knicks in Detroit. What do the experts say? Jamal Collier, Knicks in 5. Andre Snellings, Knicks in 7. Chris Herring, shame on you, Chris Herring. You are a New York guy. You got the Knicks in 7. Chris Herring knows about the Knicks, okay? I read his book on the Knicks. He has the Knicks in 7. Don't know why. Tim McMahon, Knicks in 6. Bobby Marks, Knicks in 5. Okay, Knicks in 7, Knicks in 7. Ramona Shelburne, Knicks in 5. I'm riding with you, Ramona. Mark J. Spears, Knicks in 6. Jeremy Woo, Knicks in 6. I can't pronounce the last name. Knicks in 7. Final tally, Knicks 11, Pistons 0. All the experts have the Knicks winning. And you can look in other networks. Very few people besides Shaq have the Knicks losing to the Pistons. And we could take it a step further. The Knicks are the betting favorite. Minus 425 to win the series, implying an 80% chance of advancing. So the bookies have the Knicks at an 80% chance of advancing. The Detroit Pistons are plus 325. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? The experts, the so-called experts, the experts at ESPN. And besides Boston, right, and us, everybody else is mixed reviews. Pacers, Bucks, 7-4. Rockets, Warriors, 2-6. Lakers, Timberwolves, the Lakers, damn, I forgot the Lakers, these 11-02. Okay, cool. Denver Nuggets, Clippers, 7-3. Okay, so I forgot about the Lakers. Bottom line is, We're one of the few teams where we know it's going to be a wash, bro. Get them out of here. They going to get smoked. So what's this talk? Pistons fans, you guys are coming at me, but you guys don't got no leg to stand on. How are you coming at me? And you ain't got no leg to stand on. You better stop. Go talk to somebody else. You know what y'all need to do? Go talk to a Brooklyn Net fan. But when you come talk to the objective Knicks fan, you're going to get that work. And I decided to do an hour and a half show. We're not going to 2. Detailing why you're going to get smoked. No one is picking you guys besides you guys. That's a bad sign in itself. Yes, it's not everything, but the bottom line is I'm putting together my 10 reasons, and this is one of the major reasons, and it's the 9th reason. I actually have 2 more reasons outside of the 10. I'm not going to do it because it's going to make the show too long. My last thing I'm going to touch on, the last reason, and before I get to the last reason, let me just make sure I'm up to date with the chat. Salute to HR and the Great. He's the channel member that won the prize. Salute to him. Yo, J-Top, I was thinking about that too. I was thinking about coming with my notes. But you know what I'm going to do? I might just bring my other little tablet over here. And I might have to write in the tablet because I literally, that's what I see you. By the way, I see you, Rich Girl Lounge in the house. Trying to sneak in the house. Salute the Rich Girl Lounge in the house. Potential sponsor. I don't know, Rich Girl Lounge. I don't know. We'll see. As Moses says, Shaq doesn't like New York. Facts. And somebody tried to tell me, oh, but Ewing was his favorite player. What does that mean? This dude picks against the Knicks every time. I think when the Knicks played the Nets. Hold up. Because I could never remember what game that was. It was so mediocre. Right? The point that Shaq was trying to say. I think it was against the Nets. I'm going to tell you right now because, see, my notes also got the network they played on. So I could literally go back and be like, nah, we played y'all guys on regular MSG. But the Nets, I think it was the Nets. Because when we played against the Nets, right? Shaq said, oh, the Nets, they're going to come back in the second half, and we was winning the game. It wasn't a blowout. It was either the Nets or Orlando. But I don't think we played Orlando on TNT. It's one of these teams. I'm trying to see all the Nets games to see. Let me see. Brooklyn. Yeah, it was the. Okay, yes. So, all right, guys. The Brooklyn Net game. Right? This is why I love my notes. Brooklyn Net game. This was on January 21st, 7:30 on TNT. It was a close game. We won 99-95. Shaq said in the second half the Nets was going to win the game. Mind you, the Nets was already. This is when the Nets decided that the season was over. Their record was 14-30. They were not competitive. Why is Shaq picking the Brooklyn Nets, bro? Come on. Hater. Oh, wow. I don't want to talk about the man kids, but I'll let you guys get to that. But look, I'm going to jump into this last point, man. And, oh, no. Nope, I can't jump into the last point. I just remember something. I do want you guys, because you guys did see that I did the giveaway, right? Oh, and also, this is the show schedule. So Friday, we will be right here, 10:45 p.m., which is technically tomorrow, at 10:45 p.m. for the Knicks call-up show. I do have a special guest that's supposed to be coming on. I just want to make sure I'm going to finalize it. Once I get the finalization of it, I will let you guys know who exactly it is. And then, of course, Saturday, the 19th, the official watch party at Q Bar. Listen, the link is pinned in the description, okay? And in the chat. If you want to watch the game with me, I'm going to have free giveaways at the game too. So that's another reason to pull up. I'm going to have free giveaways at the game. So whether you're a member or not. So all you got to do is fill out the form. And I think I have the form right here. See, bam. Once you get to the website, thisweekinsidetheknicks.com, you'll see this here. You fill out the form. And you could also text me as well. I'm trying to get an exact head count of who's coming, so I know how many tables that we have to lock down. And like I said, there's no door fee. Only thing you have to do is order one drink. That's it. That's the only minimum. But they got food there, pool tables. It's gonna be a good time, bro. It's gonna be lit. All right, okay. But also I have to show, because Maxine, she definitely will attack me if I don't do this in a loving way. So you guys gotta check out the membership packages in terms of joining the channel. We got two packages: the starter Knicks fan and the hardcore Knicks fan. I'm gonna start with the starter Knicks fan, right? So $4.99 gets you in. Now, once you pay the $4.99, you're gonna get access to the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server, right? And you can see some of the people in the building: J-Tap, Yuri, HRM the Great, right? Knicks will be champs, 25-26. All these guys have access to the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server, right? And we have great conversation. We've got the 24/7 chat, 24/7 NBA chat, 24/7 Knicks chat, 24/7 Fight Fans Only chat, 24/7 NFL chat. I mean, we got all the sports covered. So you want to have conversations, I'm in there. You're going, it's a way to extend the connection outside of just YouTube. All right. And then, of course, we got members only chats, right? This show is supposed to be a members only show. I've been opening it up, but then we have Parlay Sundays, right? Not this Sunday, because this Sunday's Easter, but the following Sunday, I will do a live play-by-play watch party. But usually Sunday afternoons is a members only show. So I got members only show, members only content, right? Stuff that I don't put on the regular YouTube. Of course, members get priority replies. And also, one of the exclusive content is the Unfiltered Thought series that I do, where I go in usually at 3 o'clock in the morning. So random, I go in at that time because I'm a vampire. Anyway, I dropped that. So that's one of the things you get access to. I got basketball footage up there. I got all types of stuff. And I'm getting ready to go back outside, and I'm going to be taking you guys outside with me too. So that's another thing members will get to see. I'm not going to do that on the general channel, because this channel is about covering the Knicks. But for members, you guys get the extra stuff. Also, members get shouted out. And of course, an extended discount on, or actual discount on merch, right? Because I took away the discounts because the prices is just so low that, yeah, you go to the website, get you a Bodega Cat shirt, but members will get another discount on top of the low price. So that's all the stuff that you get when you become a member. Definitely have to share that. Before I get into the last reason, by the way, Maxine, I definitely see you in the building. Salute to you, Maxine. I appreciate you, for tapping in. I thought that you kind of tapped out and you fell asleep, but good to see you, Maxine. Thank you, Maxine. I appreciate you giving me the feedback on the shirt. That means the world to me, Maxine, that you definitely feel that way about these shirts. So look. And salute to HRM the Great, who actually won the shirt. And that's another thing, too. I'm going to be doing random giveaways. So I'm not going to be doing giveaways all the time. But as a member, I'm just going to, one day I might feel generous. I'm going to give the members something. So that's another reason why you should join the channel. But my last point, and yeah, I could come out of research mode. My last point as to why we gonna beat these guys, pretty bad. Like honestly, I think we're gonna beat these guys in like 4 games. I'm trying to be fair, because I don't like to be. I like to give myself room for error. That's what a level-headed fan should do. But at the same time, based off a lot of the things that I shared and some of the things I didn't get a chance to share, these guys are in over their heads, bro. It's Detroit, bro. Like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to take a dump on Detroit, but it's just, you guys ain't got no shot, bro. You got no experience. You don't got the best player on the floor. Your defense is all right. It's, yeah, but you can't guard pick and roll, right? I mean, what are you guys going to do with us? Their 3-point defense, by the way, is also terrible. I forgot to add that. 36% they give up. So they right there with us. We all gonna be hitting threes. I mean, how are they gonna stop the number 5 offense getting their captain back with a healthy roster? But the last point is home court advantage, man. Man, listen. Home court advantage is everything in the playoffs. This is why I'm telling you guys, I don't think no one is tanking for a playoff position. Like, oh, I'm going to drop the 7 so I don't have to play the Lakers. I don't think the Warriors would do that. I saw the game. The Warriors were trying to win. I mean, it was a very emotional game for me because I lost my bet. That's a whole nother topic. But I did win the Lakers bet. But there you go. But anyway, bottom line is the Warriors were fighting. They just lost. And then now it just so happens that it looks like the Rockets are going to be a soft touch. But you know, that series can go either way, to be honest. Now, home court advantage is why you can't sleep on the Rockets, because they have the majority of games at home. Now, in our case, right, as I don't want to freestyle, but when you look at our home record, so we're 27-14 at home, 24-17 on the road. Not bad at all, both ways. But we're a pretty good home team, right? And when you look at the Detroit Pistons on the regular season, they're 22-19. It's not a good road record, bro. And yes, I know the regular season is different from the playoffs, but once again, I don't care about the stat as much as I care about the performance and how the game is being played and why they're losing. So the fact that they're not a successful team on the road, I feel a lot more confident going into the series. Also, when you look at the Knicks in the playoffs, the Knicks are 9-6 in their last 15 home games. In 2023, right, the Knicks won 2 out of the 3 home games against the Miami Heat. In 2024, right, we won 2 out of the 3 home games to Philly. And to be honest, that game 5, we should have won that overtime game, crazy debacle, whatever. But we went 2-1. In the Indiana Pacers series, we went 3-1. And of course, that last loss was Jalen Brunson hand fracture. It was a tough game. Didn't have nobody. The Knicks are a dominant home playoff team. And of course, I think the series is going to be over in 4 games. But let's say Detroit get their heart up and they extend the series. They're not going to get a win in Madison Square Garden. If they are concerned about the fans going to Detroit, think about it. Oh, we got to lock off New York fans from going to Detroit. Imagine the New York fans in New York. You guys that are going to be at the game. It's going to be a nightmare. Home court advantage to me is definitely the reason why the Knicks definitely win. But I don't even think we're going to see more than 2 games at home. That's just how I see it. Based off what I noticed, just certain things about the game, I'm like, they're not going to do that in the playoffs. Malik Beasley has to show me that he's going to go to the Garden and make 6 threes in the Garden in the playoffs. That's easier said than done. And you're talking about a Knicks team that is the 4th ranked 3-point defense post All-Star break. We're an 11th ranked defense. I didn't even show you guys that. 11th ranked defense post All-Star break. Knicks defense firing at all cylinders. I expect the offense to do the same. That is the 10 points, man. That is the 10 points. Let me see what you guys talking about in the chat. Boston. I'm not sure you guys talking about Boston. Oh yeah, who the Magic played Cleveland last year. Yeah. J-Tap said in like 4. That don't sound objective. J-Tap, my official prediction is 5 games, but as you guys are going to see on this journey with me, the further the Knicks get in the playoffs, the less objective I'm going to be. So if the Knicks get to the Eastern Conference Finals, oh, we win the championship. Guaranteed. I'm going to be in here talking about me winning. The objective, we should wait, that's going out the window. That's going out the window. But listen, guys, I want to thank you guys for checking me out on the midnight stream. This is the after midnight stream, kind of a level-headed Knicks talk kind of feel. You know, to all the guys that's been around that watched me when I did that show, it kind of had this vibe. It was like a deep dive on one topic, and I just go in bullet point for bullet point. But I definitely, on the way out, I do appreciate all your support. Definitely check out the Bodega Cash. I mean, this shirt is fire. I can't wait till mine comes in the mail. I just, oh my God, it's just, yeah, it's lit. Definitely lit. And also too, like, with my manufacturer, we don't do the 2-month game, right? You got 2 options. You can get it in 5 days or you get it in 2 weeks. It's gonna come. Period. Case closed. So when you order from this shop, you ain't going to be dealing with, oh my God, when's my stuff going to come? No. All right. Yeah, I got this. I got this expedited right here. Got this within 5 days. All right. Because I wanted to make sure I had it by Saturday. So definitely go check out the shop. But I do want to give a big time salute to everybody that tuned in tonight. I do appreciate you guys for rocking with me, man. J-Tap says, what I'm going to do, player breakdowns. I could do that. You want me to do player breakdowns? I didn't really have no plans of doing that. You know, and since you a member, I could do it for members only, you know. I could do a members only show on that. I don't mind doing that for the members. If y'all pull up. I also got to do the Knicks in 10 show too. I got to figure out when am I going to do that, guy. I don't know. My schedule's been really crazy. I got to try to squeeze in a Knicks in 10 show. I might have to do it like pre-recorded. Do we got to, are you a Detroit Pistons fan? I don't understand that little emojis there. I don't know. But salute to you, I guess, man. Salute to you, I guess. Salute to Size 9. Salute to Yuri, channel member, Discord server. Knicks will be Chance, channel member, Discord server. HR and the Great, congratulations again. Knicks Tape Madness Discord server, channel member. As Moses Jones, of course, the great Maxine tapping in always. Salute to everybody that tuned in. Just want to make sure I salute some good people. Salute to Own Dios too. He sent me some good stuff on IG. He wasn't in the building tonight, but that he is the super mod. Salute to everybody. Salute to Yuri, channel member, Discord server. I'm just trying to make sure I get everybody. I want to thank you guys for rocking with me. That's all I got for you guys tonight. So until next time, go Knicks.